In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
Carlin's new driver really commanding the race here. Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can. We're all behind you. Teammate is approaching and wants to get past. Repeat, Lucas wants to pass you. Again, your teammate wants to pass you. I know you don't want to drop a position, but without your turbo, he's the best one to challenge for points further up the field. If you hold Lucas off, you could be denying the team points. Asking again, please let Lucas pass while there's still time for him to make a challenge. Some people are going to want to talk to you after this. Not letting Lucas pass has potentially denied the team valuable points. For now, race on, do the best you can. race over, take care of the car on the way in.
So as they climb out of the car, the ART team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly deserved win. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think what won them the race was their ability to adapt. At every point, they delivered what was needed. They were calm and steady when they needed to be, but they were ruthless and aggressive when it was demanded of them. There wasn't anything out there that they weren't prepared to handle. Let's see if they can keep it up this season.
An amazing race today, and a very well-deserved one too. The team worked very hard to get exactly the right setup out of the F2 car that works for them, and the results speak for themselves. ARTGP winners today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a good result for Devon Butler, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Alessio Lorandi. Very clean, very smooth. He can be really pleased with that one.
And now a look at the team standings. ART moved to the top of the table. Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
There you are. That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview.
Okay, we're all set over here.
Just a minute. Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So be relaxed, but also be conscious of what you're saying and how it might come across to other people, okay? I think we're ready.
Great. So Emma keeps telling me you're the one to watch this season. If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these. Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go. Right, stand here. Turn a little this way for me. Perfect. Ready? An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective. So you and Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in? I want to ask, why didn't you let Lucas pass when your team told you to? Great. Well, that's everything.
No, not now. Next time the team give you an instruction, follow it. It is not a request. Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry, am I interrupting? I can leave, or, actually no, continue.
Can we help you with something?
Oh, it was just, you were the better driver. Yeah, from my car it seemed like you deserved the win.
Okay, congratulations. But the team gave you an order. You could have jeopardized it for both of us.
You know, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you really don't have what it takes to be a champion. Lucas likes to talk a good game about the whole team thing, but the fact is, if you're in the same situation, do you really think he'd let you pass?
I would.
See the hesitation? Anyway, it doesn't matter who wins. Next season, I'll be spending my Sunday afternoons atop the F1 podium, while you two will be teaching kids to drive go-karts. Good luck, yeah?
Look, I understand why you did it. Do you really think an F1 team will allow you to just drive however you want? Come on.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact! Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
Don't give up. You're still in this race. Okay, the stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still catch him. You can still beat him. Devon is in the pits. Devon in the pits. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now. So we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It will cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. race is up on you. Is next. Be careful if you go for the overtake. Okay, good work. Great pass. Behind. This is your final lap of the race. Evans currently in 6th place, P6. Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
So another fantastic victory for Dams today. So, Davide, what did you make of that?
Well, it was a bit of a roller coaster, I think. There will be a lot of cheering for today's winner. Frankly, I'm amazed that Devon Butler only received a penalty for that collision only. But watching the rival he knocked out actually come back and beat him, that made this whole race worthwhile for me.
And I can see our drivers making their way out now. It's been a sublime team performance, and it's the culmination of a lot of hard work. Dams are your winners today. After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It was not the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Roberto Meri. Was probably one of his best drivers of the season, and I was very impressed.
And here's how things are shaping up in the teams' championship. Carlin have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There was also a strong showing from the Russian time team today as they make their way up the standings. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Well, that was a great recovery today. Did you think it was all over when you had the collision with Devon? So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon? I've seen that you and Lucas have been picking up a lot of points recently. What do you think of your championship chances? Appreciate your time.
Looking for you. Well, what can I say? I guess there's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all racers deserve, because you don't deserve it, neither of you do. That was the dirtiest driving I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
My thoughts exactly. I'm taking my line, and I get smashed into? I'm fine, by the way, thanks for asking me. And then, I'm penalized for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that penalty, maybe more. I mean, aside from trashing the car, did you ever stop to think that maybe someone could get hurt?
Yeah.
Me? Fine. But winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
Don't let him get in your head. He knows you're a better driver. So, on the track, stay away from him. He will try to force you into contact. That's how he wins, yeah? Let's get ready for the press preview.
So here we are in Abu Dhabi. Each and every event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here, to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped. So the Yas Island circuit offers 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt. Joining me for one last time here this year is Davide Valsecchi. Davide, I'm glad you're here, because I think I'm going to need help processing all this. Surely, this is as exciting as it gets.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. It's the perfect finale. 2 drivers, rivals of season, now going into the final race tied on points. Both way out in front at the top of the standings, meaning whichever of these 2 drivers cross the line first will be crowned champion. I can't wait.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then. Good luck. Devon's in P4 at the moment. 6th place, P6. Currently in 6th place, P6. Currently in 6th place, P6. Currently in P5. Currently in P5. Devon's currently in P5. We're leading our teammate by 12.5 seconds. Devon is in P3. Devon is in P3. Devon is in P3. If you continue to cut corners, the stewards will give you a penalty. Devon is in P3. Devon is in P3. What happened? Let me know you're okay. seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Heat time last lap was a 2:07.3. Is behind you. We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Devon behind. Behind you. To slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty. Devon behind. Old. The time last lap was a 2 minute 1.6. Expect these tyres to be good for a while yet. Just be careful with them in the high-speed corners. Devon is behind you. Catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap. seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 10 laps old. The time last lap was a 2:1.9. Behind is 21.1 seconds. is 20.1 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 13 laps old. The time last lap was a 2 minute 1.0. the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Expect the grip levels to start falling away soon. We're pulling away by about half a second a lap. We've got an opportunity to look after the car here. Their tyres are 14 laps old. The time last lap was a 2:1.1. Virtual safety car deployed. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is deployed. Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Drive-through penalty. You have a drive-through penalty. VSC ending. We're going... Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green. seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 2 minute 0.9. If you don't take the drive-through penalty this lap, you will be disqualified. Butler ahead. Keep managing your tyres. Manage your tyres. Devon ahead. Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty. Devon is ahead of you. Seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 18 laps old. The time last lap was a 2:0.7. Butler is ahead of you. 19 laps old. The time last lap was a 2 minute 1.3. Devon is ahead of you. The stewards will give you a penalty. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. This is your final lap of the race. Separates you. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 20 laps old. The time last lap was a 2-minute 5.1. to 60 plus. Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
It's been my privilege over the years to witness a number of great sporting events, and here's another to add to that prestigious list. It's the ultimate dream for any racing driver. We have a new Formula 2 World Champion. A great win then for the Carlin team today. Talk to me, Davide. Was it everything you hoped for?
Everything and more. He had it all. The rivalry, the tension, the excitement. These two drivers have been locked in fierce competition all season. And to see it comes down to head-to-head battle for the line like this, well, this kind of things doesn't happen very often. Deva's performance today has secured the championship, and he has every right to be proud of that. I'm just happy I was here to watch it.
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title. Congratulations to our winner after an incredible season. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Sean Galeol. Consistency, good battles, sensible driving. He can be pleased with that performance today.
So then, Carlin have done it. This result seals their victory, and they are team champions at last. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. So that was a thrilling end to the season. How was the race for you? Well, you went into this final race with the championship in your grasp. How are you feeling about being so close but missing out? Well, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula 1. Care to comment? Appreciate your time.
Devon, much as it hurts, we admit that was a great drive today. Congratulations on the championship as well.
Well, I'm sure you thought you had me for a while, but I guess your luck just didn't hold out. Oh, I haven't got long. Could I have a quick word?
Sure.
Privately.
Oh, okay. I'll see you later then.
So, I'm sure you've probably already heard, but if you haven't, I'm going to be racing in the F1 Championship next year. Now, I don't know what your plans are, but let me give you some friendly advice. Don't try following me. For sure. You might get an offer from one of the smaller teams, probably someone desperate, and then you'll be stuck in P18 all season with car trouble. And you won't ever really be able to challenge me. But you stick it out here for another year, now that I'm gone, you've got a fighting chance of winning next year. And if you can manage that, I'm sure one of the larger teams would love to have you as a development driver. Oh, look out for yourself, yeah?
Man, he does not want to race you. Stay in F2? Ridiculous. I was listening to the whole thing.
Too bad for Devon, though. I'd be shocked if you don't have an F1 contract offer already. And if my deal pans out, man, his head is going to explode.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubt is over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. As your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat. Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're going to be very excited to pursue this opportunity with you. I'll let them know our intentions immediately. I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.
Oh, hey, you're here. I'll catch up with you. Sorry, I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Welcome to your new team. As you're well aware, Mercedes have been mighty over the past few years, so there's going to be a lot expected of you right from the start. Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.